Why is points per drive allowed a key defensive analytic metric? Imagine watching a game where one team keeps scoring, but the other team's defense is actually doing a good job. How can that be? That's where points per drive allowed comes into play. It's a way to see how well a defense really performs, not just by counting total points. Instead, it looks at each time the other team gets the ball and how many points they score on average. This makes it a much clearer picture of defensive strength. Total points allowed can be misleading because it depends on how many drives the opponent has. If a team faces fewer drives, they might give up fewer points, but that doesn't mean they are better at stopping the other team. Points per drive allowed takes the number of drives into account, so it's fairer. It shows how effective the defense is at stopping scoring opportunities each time the opponent has the ball. From a player stats perspective, this metric shows how individual defensive actions matter. For example, a sack or an interception can stop a drive from ending in points. When a player makes those plays, they help lower the points per drive allowed. It's a way to connect individual effort to team success. If a team is good at forcing turnovers or tackles for loss, their points per drive allowed will tend to be lower. This metric also considers all types of scoring, like touchdowns, field goals, or safeties. It gives a complete view of how well a defense limits points, not just touchdowns. It smooths out weird situations like special teams scores or turnovers that might otherwise skew the stats. Compared to yards allowed, points per drive allowed is more useful because it accounts for the game situation. For example, giving up yards deep in your own territory is worse than yards gained near midfield. But what really matters is how many points the opponent scores on each drive. This metric focuses on scoring efficiency, making it a better way to judge defensive strength. Coaches and analysts use this number to see how consistent and effective a defense is across different games and opponents. It helps identify defenses that truly limit scoring chances. When combined with other stats like success rate or explosiveness allowed, it gives a clear picture of overall defensive performance. In short, points per drive allowed is a key defensive metric because it directly measures how well a team prevents opponents from scoring on each possession. It takes into account game context like drive count and field position. It also links to individual player actions that help limit scoring. That's why it's such a valuable tool for understanding overall defensive efficiency beyond just counting points or yards.